Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children above the age of 18. It is I, the one, the only, Roberto Negro. You know, I was just getting ready to say I'm here with you guys. And while we're doing the show, somebody has to throw out scores of the Bills-Cincy game. But I saw there was a injury, and I've never seen this before in football, an injury that results in the entire game being suspended. So I have to assume that the injury possibly resulted in this Damar Hamlin being either brought back to life or trying to be brought back to life. I mean, that's what they say. There was a hit. He jumped up after the hit like he was all cool, and then he collapsed. And they were performing CPR on him. So, I mean, obviously something is pretty heavy considering they stopped the fucking game. I mean, seen leg fractures. And I'm not talking about old school leg fractures like Joe Theismann leg fractures. But Alex Smith, a few years ago, got his goddamn leg broke in 3 places. Like, brutal. And they just fucking popped him on that gurney, wheeled his ass out, and fucking game resumed. So, I'm thinking the kid died. I'm thinking the fucking kid died. That's what I'm thinking. As horrible as that sounds, I'm thinking the kid fucking died. Think the kid went into cardiac arrest and fucking died. So, hopefully, dude, doesn't die. And they get back to fucking playing. Anyways, there you go. There's a football update. Now let's get back to pro wrestling. I have a question for all of my wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, because you're gorgeous, you guys. You're fucking gorgeous. Breathtaking. Some of you are breathtaking. Do you, and I ask you guys this because I had this debate earlier today with the men's, not about this topic, but about the consumer, the fans. So, I think talking to you guys and asking you questions is just as relevant as the 5 or 6 constant posters in the deathmatch forums that we all contribute to. That seems to have the same 4, 5, 6 guys constantly posting. Do you watch pro wrestling strictly for the death matches? That's my question. That's my poll. Do you watch pro wrestling strictly for the death matches? Is that why you watch wrestling? The death matches. You don't watch any other wrestling. And it doesn't matter what wrestling you watch. As long as they're death matches, you're all in. And as long as the death matches are fucking blood for blood, doesn't matter what they're doing. Fucking Matt Tremont against Madman Pondo. Just two big fat guys lumbering around, smashing each other with fucking weapons. That's it. There's no moves. Just two big fat guys lumbering around. So I'm getting. Jonathan, listen. I'm not saying it wasn't an insane match. You know, throwing a brick at a guy's fucking head is pretty wild. I'm just saying two big fat guys lumbering around. That's all. If you showed that match to a non-deathmatch diehard, and I'm not talking about your fucking, middle-aged man who takes his children to fucking WWE, buys all the merchandise. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about your middle-of-the-road fan. If you showed that match to the middle-of-the-road fan, would they go, "Oh, this is amazing. This is why I'm here. This is what I want to watch. I want this match all the time"? So I'm just curious. And I understand Schlack's perspective. Need a hack and slash match too, though, along with technical death match as well. But I'm not even just talking about hack and slash and technical death match. I'm talking about death matches in general. I'm just curious. I really am just curious. That's all. I'm just trying to gauge, and before anybody goes, "Oh, I listened to the Rob Black show, and he's sitting there questioning death matches. It sure does sound like he doesn't want to do death match." It's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm just asking questions. Me and the Mins has these conversations. Me and Schlack have these conversations. I've had conversations with run-of-the-mill wrestling fans who've watched Ring of Honor. They've watched AEW. They've watched old WCW. And when they watch a death match, they go, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm not even talking about what that fan would consider crazy stuff, meaning an old school bull rope match between Manny Fernandez and Black Bart. or a bloodletting fest of Abdul the Butcher against Manny Fernandez from Starrcade 80, I think, 3. Or an I Quit match between Tully Blanchard and Magnum TA. So that fan who goes, oh, cool, I'm watching a cage match, and they're wrestling, and they're doing spots, and it's the 15-minute mark of a 27-minute match, and the guy gets thrown into the cage, and there's the first sign of blood. Oh my God, he's bleeding. Would that fan be able to sit through a match where another individual takes out a weed whacker and weed whacks a guy's fucking forehead? That's all I'm asking. And as you guys that listen to this show, is that something you like? Would you like to watch that type of wrestling that has weed whacker spots on a regular basis? And do you feel a weed whacker spot alienates a portion of the wrestling community that ultimately one would need if they wanted to grow a company? And I'm not talking, well, let's, have 18,000 fans in attendance. But going from 140 people at a venue to 1,000 people at a venue. I'm just asking questions. That's all. Just throwing it out there. Thank you, Chris. There's another good point. And how many people are watching storylines? How many people are watching the storylines? Are the people that watch the storylines in today's wrestling community are they far and few between versus the people that don't give a shit? And then my question is, are we jaded because of the water, the pond, the mud that we all kind of bathe in? Like, are we all jaded because every single one of us are from the ICW, GCW, fucking IWA, Mid-South, fucking blood for blood, fucking death to death. So we all are part of that world. So in turn, we're all jaded by it. And that's the only way we all think. That's the only way we all think. We don't think about any of that other stuff because none of us are really from any other world. So then we get jaded by these types of conversations. And I know I've said some things before that obviously were taken out of context. But in theory, if you are going to have a world deathmatch title, a belt, that says this person is the champion and they defend this belt in a death match, you also should have another death match that goes along with the concept of these guys are fighting to see who's going to be the number one contender for said death match. If we're actually trying to follow cohesive concepts of what should be a quote-unquote real wrestling or company. And just like the concept of saying blood should be in a match and it should be protected, and a gimmick in the match, whether it's a cage match, barbed wire match, fucking bull rope match, Texas death match, should be used to settle a feud. Those concepts, which, let's not forget, and I know me and my fucking good friend Mins have this debate about wrestling has changed, wrestling has changed, wrestling has changed. And I get that. But wrestling hasn't fucking changed for WWE or for mainstream wrestling. They still follow patterns and norms and concepts that have been going on for 50, 60 years. The things that have changed are what is considered indie wrestling. So, SmackDown, on the last WWE television broadcast, got 2.8 or 2.9 in that vicinity viewers. So the fundamentals of mainstream wrestling haven't changed. But having a 110-pound woman beating up a 275-pound man has. And that's changed in the indie scene. So, again, looking at our world from a logical standpoint, wouldn't the logical concept be deathmatch champion defends his belt in a deathmatch, and a deathmatch number one contender match takes place to see who's in line to fight the deathmatch champion. So, again, am I saying for the New Jersey fans, we're only going to give you 2 deathmatch? That's not what I'm saying. All right? I'm just trying to understand what we all traffic in, which is X amount of companies, and we all feed off of what X amount of companies do. So again, if we go by people on the deathmatch boards, that's fine. But I also want to go by listeners of the Rob Black Show, because ultimately, if you're listening to the Rob Black Show, you are a fan of XPW. There might be some things you don't like. There might be some things you love. There might be some things you want changed. So I like to ask you guys also, what's that balance? Because I think if you have a deathmatch champion, and then you have a deathmatch to decide who's going to be able to challenge that champion, what are the other death matches for? Except to satisfy a base of fans who want to see that type of wrestling. And in that case, then what's the fucking point of giving them a cohesive story that involves the deathmatch champion and who's going to be the number one contender? Well, this match coming up is to see who gets a shot at Schlack's number one or deathmatch title. Well, what about this deathmatch over here? Oh, well, that's just a fucking deathmatch for the sake of having a deathmatch. Well, then, what makes the number one contender to go after Schlack's belt special? Well, it doesn't really. But, hey, you know, we just want to see blood for blood. Oh, okay. It's kind of fucking weird. And it's kind of the whole concept behind a women's championship and not having intergender matches. Because if you're going to have intergender matches, then what's the fucking point of having a motherfucking women's championship? If you're just going to fucking bleed them together, then what's the fucking point? Doesn't make any sense. Either just have one universal champion and everybody gets to fucking fight that person, or you have a women's champion and you have people that are women wrestle the women's champion. Now again, and Schlack just said, thank you, Rob. Well, Schlack, that was always my position. But every so, just like I fucking said with this whole Jersey thing, I get mind fucked. I get fucking mind fucked with going, okay, well, we need to appease a certain set of audience members in this subset of a wrestling community. And then I start abandoning things that have gotten us to the dance or have made us unique. So it's like, all right, we got to have a midget champion. Why are we going to have a midget champion? Well, a midget champion, well, we're going to be doing shows in Mississippi. And the audience there are huge into fucking midgets. They love midgets. They're fucking midgets. The club owner's a midget. And all the other companies in that area are fucking midget wrestling company owners. So in turn, we got to have fucking midget champions and midget workers. Well, what do we do for the other area? Well, hey, this is what we got to do. So we got to fucking cater to that, which is fine. Which is fine if that's the route we take. But it's still a wild mindfuck. It is still a wild mindfuck. But I at least got a little gauge from you guys, which I appreciate. And listen, I think this is the most important gauging versus Twitter. Twitter's fake. But Facebook groups, our message board, things like that, I like to hear. I do like to hear what people have to say. But then I also like to go, okay, how many people literally matter? And again, I had this conversation with the Mins. We could have 15 people on the XPW message board or talking about XPW, bitching and moaning, or saying positive things, and yet they don't live in Jersey or they don't live in LA. They live in Mississippi. Or maybe they live in Tennessee. And they're never going to get to a Jersey show, and they're never going to get to an LA show. And then guess what? The 1995 pay-per-view, they don't even buy it. They just go on Instagram and watch fan clips being posted. Or they go on YouTube and they wait and they watch the stream pirated. Or they go into various chat rooms where Daniel likes to post links as to where you could watch pirated streams. And in that case, who gives a fuck what that person says? Who gives a fuck what that person from Tennessee says? That person means nothing. That person is literally a useless turd. Because if they're not laying out any money to go to a live show, and they're not laying out any money for the live stream, then what information are we gathering from them that is worth anything other than market disruption? And listening to an asshole that is meaningless. It's kind of like the concept of a politician who, once they figure out you don't vote, you can't vote, you have no money, you're not part of any, special interest group, when you're nothing more than a fucking drool, you get passed over. You're meaningless. Oh, hey, how you doing, Bob? Well, I'm running for president. Oh, really? Cool. I haven't voted in 15 years. I think politicians are all crooks. They're all useless. Oh, all right. See you. Bye. Goodbye. Who fuck gives a shit? Kind of like the jerk off that was in the XPW group today that said, I was arrested and put in jail for a murder for a murder for hire plot. Imagine that. Imagine that. A murder for hire plot. Yeah, sure. Murder for hire plot would only get me a year in prison. Conspiring to hatch the murder of a human being. It's kind of like the same assholes who say that I was in prison for snuff film. Snuff film. Again, a film where said individual gets fucked, it's filmed, and then at the end of it, they get murdered. It's fucking insanity. But, again, these are the same people that post on these boards that we get very fixated on. We get fixated on these people. And then we base angles, or we base our business model off of individuals like this. Very strange. Very strange. But, anyways, I thank you guys for the feedback, because it's always important to get feedback. And I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. That's all. End of story. We'll be right back.
Extreme Gifts. From pop culture gifts to adult fun. T-shirts, mugs, socks, fun, topical gifts for all ages. Then there's mature fun. Massage lotions, naughty games, toys, and lingerie. Extreme Gifts specializes in Delta 8 CBD, cartridges, edibles, vaporizers, and vaping liquids. The selection of glass products is amazing. From kratom, kava, flower, and so much more. Extreme Gifts. 1694 Penfield Road, next to the original Steve's Diner.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I think, obviously I don't know, but I'm telling you, I think that kid died, man. I think that fucking kid died. It's horrible. I do. I think he fucking died. For that show to still... For that fucking... Fight. That fucking... football game to still be on pause. I think that poor bastard fucking died, man. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, I think so. Legit, I think so. Because in football, they don't stop the they don't stop the game. They don't stop the game for somebody who, got paralyzed. Hell. Forget broken legs. There's been a bunch of players that have gotten paralyzed. They bring dude off on the stretcher. They got him and fucking paralyzed. I think he died. That's crazy. Fucking Eric. All right. So how was I gonna say something else to you guys? Oh. All right. Here is a match announcement. The men's loves when we do match announcements. Match announcement. We have a rematch. We have a rematch. It's official. A rematch. After the despicable, and I mean despicable, act of cheating by the Juice, Juventud Guerrero. And let's face it, all right? I mean, I don't want to make it a racial thing, but, the Latino community at times has had issues with people in the African-American community. Ask Eric Hernandez, okay? Just ask Eric Hernandez. Now, I don't want to say it's racial, but the Juice was very disrespectful. The Juice was very, very disrespectful of Willie Mack. And Willie Mack hit me up, and you guys are going to see it on this week's TV episode. But Willie Mack hit me up and he said, "Yo, fool, I want the Juice. I want the Juice in a rematch." And I said, "All right." But he said, "Fool, I want a special stipulation." And I was like, "What do you mean, Willie?" And he goes, "I want a special stipulation. Fool." I was like, "And what's that stipulation?" And he went, "I'll tell you when I'm ready." And I was like, "Oh, shit. Okay." So, I can officially announce that Juventud Guerrero will be wrestling Willie Mack in a rematch for Merry Christmas with a very, very special stipulation. to be told to us at a later date by one Willie Mack. So, with that being said, put that down in your goddamn calendar. Mins, put that in your little fucking book so you can announce it. And when you announce it, don't forget, there will be a special stipulation added. And I presume it's to prevent Hoovy from cheating again. And Willie will be telling us that stipulation probably next week. So looking forward to that match. Now, do you want another match? All right, I'll give you another match. Lucky 13 will go 1-on-1. Not with the great one. No. No. But with the gay one. Yes. We are talking none other than the one, the only, the Body. Yes. The Body will go 1-on-1 with Lucky 13. And we're going to just see how lucky Lucky 13 is. Because he's going to need all the luck in the world if he thinks he's going to get a victory against the Body. Oh, yeah. The Body. So, there's 2 matches added to an already stacked card. I mean, let's face it. Ludark Shaitan defends her title against Lindsay Snow. And Drake Wirtz. And that's a shoot. Drake fucking Wirtz. Some of you obviously know him as Drake Younger. But I know him as a young Republican. He's not MAGA. He's an all-right guy. He's an all-right guy. Drake Wirtz. And now, Lucky 13 versus the Body. Juventud Guerrero. Willie Mack with a special stipulation. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, Cat Martini will be in the house. Cat Martini will be in the house. Not only to show off that fantastic body of hers, and it's fantastic, but she also has a very special wrestler to go one-on-one with Masada for the XPW World Heavyweight Championship. Who will that person be? Now, let me just dispel some rumors. Let me dispel some fucking rumors. Some of you guys are getting a little crazy, okay? I keep seeing a name being thrown around. And that name being Teddy the Catman Hart. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. And I probably should let it linger. I probably should let it linger like a dirty, smelly beer fart. One of them fucking farts that you let off, and like 5 minutes later when you adjust your body, there's still some fucking dead animal waste that seeps out through your asshole. Teddy Hart will not be Cat Martini's surprise to go one-on-one with Masada. I'm telling you right now. So let's nip that shit in the bud. Let's nip that shit in the bud. It will not be Teddy fucking Hart. I don't think so. Who knows? Be right back. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the one, the only Roberto Negro. Yes. Cat Martini has just chimed in and said, I think one of the Bills players died on the field. Yes. That is the general consensus, my love. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's shift our attention to the theater of fucking brutality, which is this Thursday. So if you scumbags, and I'm saying that in a good way, okay? I'm saying it in a good way. I'm saying it in a good Eric Hernandez way, all right? Trust me, Eric Hernandez, he likes to be a scumbag. He wears scumbag like a badge of honor. Now, you motherfucking scumbags, get your fucking tickets. Because this is going to be, I don't even know what the fuck it's going to be. It's going to be a fuck show. And I'm not saying fucking like in a fuck way, because I can't have fucking nudity. Alright? Can't have fucking nudity. I got in trouble last time. Had to go through a lot of hoops. Had to get a goddamn live entertainment license. My entertainment license says no fucking nudity. I had to do a lot of shit. Because there was a little scumbag who fucking blew us in. And we all know who the scumbag was. He told us he was going to do it. Which is fine. You know, it is what it is. So we had to jump through hoops. Had to go and what a big pain in the cock. But anyways. It's going to be a fucking fuck show in a wrestling sense. But the main event, ladies and gentlemen, and listen, you know you motherfuckers who want violence for the sake of violence, you don't care about storylines, you don't give a shit about wrestling moves. Let me tell you something. I'm generally concerned for the DILF. I am. I'm concerned for the DILF. He's going one-on-one. What, MAGA Butcher? One-on-one with MAGA Butcher. I told Schlack. Now remember, Schlack and MAGA, they got some serious heat. They got legit serious heat. And let me tell you where it really stems from. Remember, Schlack's claim to fame was beating up a 135-pound, cancer-riddled necro butcher. This is claim to fame. This is claim to fame. All right, he knocked out a 135-pound legend. To the point where at the end of the match, Schlack pummels the Butcher, and the Butcher basically tapped out. He basically was like, all right. And you know what Schlack said to him? He said, you ain't going out like that, old man. And then picked him up and fucking powerbombed him. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to treat that cancer-riddled man like that. Schlack broke his orbital bone. He didn't have to do that. Now, with that being said, when I was talking to Schlack, and Schlack told me, he said, listen, he goes, I know you want things to be peaceful. But But I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen when I see the Butcher. I said, well, listen. I said, you got to save that shit for the ring. And then he said to me, he's going to fuck the Dilf up. I said, you think so? He goes, dude, he's going to really fuck him up, bro. He's going to fuck him up. He goes, Dilf thinks this is all fun and games. He thinks this is Gary Wolf. Some 58-year-old fucking Pitbull number 1 or Pitbull number 2, whatever the fuck he is. He goes, this isn't for Gary Wolf. This motherfucker's a killer. He goes, the Butcher might take him and throw him through the fucking plate glass window. So, if you guys who enjoy watching just deathmatch for the sake of a deathmatch and blood and guts, Theater of Brutality is going to be something. It's going to be scary. Now, that's not the only match. That's not the only match. We have not only MAGA Butcher, but ladies and gentlemen, the fucking body's going to be there. And the body's going to go 1-on-1 with an individual by the name of Rob Shit. Rob Shit. 1-on-1 with the motherfucking body. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this could be some of the most brutality at its most brutal. And if you can't be there live, you could stream it on the xpwwrestling.com website. And you'll also be able to stream it on YouTube. So go to YouTube, go to the xpwwrestling.com. And you'll be able to watch it. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And God damn it, you're going to need it on a regular basis. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children above the age of 18. Hank Abbott, it's not on Fight. It's on the XP fucking W Wrestling.com website. This is no fight. This is the XPWWrestling.com website. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for us to bid farewell. I have to eat, okay? I need to eat a fine meal. I need to go upstairs. I need to look into the eyes of the great Cat Martini, because I'm not 100% sure of who she's bringing. She knows who she's bringing. She's been on the phone. She's been on the phone talking. This, ladies and gentlemen, has the makings of a stable. You remember the Dangerous Alliance? I think this stable is going to be bigger and badder than the Dangerous Alliance. This is about TV stars. This is TV ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you fuckers tomorrow. And Eric the Scumbag. Fuck the Yeti. Fuck the Yeti. Fuck the Yeti. See you tomorrow. Fuck the Yeti. Tyler from Chicago. Listen to me, you fucker. You know what I'm going to eat? I'm going to eat a bowl of rat asshole. That's what I'm going to eat. Cat Martini's upstairs, and she's cooking a bowl of rat asshole. She's got about 13 rats. She cut out their assholes. She put them in a little batter, deep fried them with a little marinara, and it's like calamari, but it's rat asshole. Good night!